ticket with the men and women that are on this ticket. We have, I think we all understand that the current administration has dug a very deep hole in Harrisburg. We've got some serious challenges ahead. We need a man who has the integrity, the intellect, and the backbone of Tom Corbett to be the next governor of Pennsylvania. Running with him, and our campaign teams work closely together, and I think it's a very strong ticket, and I'm looking very much forward to working with him as he is leading our state. And I want to tell you this, I'm just very impressed with the campaign that Mike Kelly is running. I'm impressed with Mike. I know he's got the kind of background in small business, the guy who's created jobs. He understands how you make a budget work. He understands what it takes to grow this economy. He's a terrific candidate. I am here to predict that he is going to win this race, and he's going to be the next congressman from the 3rd District. Mike and I are going to be serving in opposite ends of the Capitol building, but for the same purpose, the same goal. He and I have spoken. We understand each other, and we understand what's important to Pennsylvania. We're going to be working on job growth in the private sector. We're going to be working on restoring some fiscal sanity in a town that's lost it. We're going to work on bringing some balance to Washington. Mike Kelly and I are going to be working together, and I look forward to serving.
Thank you, Senator.
I want to make a few introductions, if I could, and then share with you a little update on the campaign. First and most important, the person who makes my whole life possible is my wife, Chris, and she's there with our baby. Duncan is just a little over 3 months old, so he doesn't have too much to say, but I'm pretty sure he's voting for me. The two hardest working campaigners these days are these two right here. This is our 10-year-old daughter, Bridget, and our 9-year-old son, Patrick. So I do want to give you a quick update on the campaign. I want to warn you right now, it's only good news. It's all good news. Everything is coming together terrifically well. The momentum, the energy is just thrilling. This is our 3rd day in our 4-day bus tour. We've been all over the state already. We've got a long way to go. We've still got 69 days to go, but I feel great about the energy and the momentum. Now, I'd like to take all the credit for where the campaign is, but I think in all fairness, I have to recognize that Barack Obama and Joe Sestak deserve at least as much credit. That they're trying to take America on is it's counterproductive, it's dangerous, it's already preventing us from having the kind of economic recovery we should be having, the kind of job growth that normally follows a recession. We're not having it today, and it's because of the huge policy blunders that they are committing repeatedly in Washington. Look at this agenda that they are inflicting on us in just the last 18 months. Serial bailouts of failing companies, nationalizing whole industries, spending on a scale I never thought possible, corresponding deficits and debt that are completely unaffordable, cap and trade, card check, government-run health care. You put all this together, it's no wonder we're not creating jobs. It's no wonder we're not launching new businesses. It's no wonder we don't have the economic growth that we could and should have. And I have to tell you, my opponent in this race, Joe Sestak, he and I couldn't be a more clear contrast, a more stark choice, because he's 100% in favor of this whole agenda. He's voted for all of it, and his only criticism is that it doesn't go far enough. As recently as just last weekend, he was featured in a profile in New York Times Magazine, and when they asked him, what is your criticism of your party? His answer was, it's not going far enough. And that's consistent with him. Take that stimulus bill. $757 billion of money we don't have spent on things that we don't need, creating debt that we can't afford. Joe Sestak voted for it, and he said the problem with it is it should have been $1 trillion. By the way, do you know how much that's going to cost Armstrong County? Just that one bill, $178 million. That's Armstrong County's share of that stimulus bill. Does anybody here think that here in Armstrong County we got $178 million worth of stuff from that bill?
No.
Does anybody think we got $178 million worth of economic growth and job creation? I don't think so. We didn't anywhere in the country. That bill was a disaster, but it doesn't end there. That health care bill, 2,000 pages of who knows how many mandates and regulations and bureaucracy, over $2 trillion of spending, $500 billion of tax increases, totally the wrong direction. Joe Sestak voted for it, and he in committee, he voted for a version of that bill that would have allowed states to ban all private health insurance altogether, make it illegal to offer private health insurance. Now, even outside of economic issues, on well, like the Second Amendment, I'm here to tell you, I believe that is a very important fundamental right that we have. It's in our Constitution for a reason, and it's a personal right. In the 6 years I was in the House, my rating with the NRA was an A, the highest award they give. Joe Sestak's 4 years in Congress, his rating is an F.
Wow.
And they don't just give away Fs, you have to work to earn them. One last issue, because national security is important to all of us, and this is another area where Joe and I differ. My own view, when we capture an enemy combatant, a foreign terrorist trying to kill Americans on foreign soil, we ought to give that guy a military trial and a military tribunal on a military base. Sestak is adamant that even Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, the admitted mastermind of 9/11, should be given a civilian trial here in Pennsylvania. So my point is that Joe Sestak is not a garden variety Democrat. He is well to the left even of the Democratic consensus. He's voting with Nancy Pelosi 100% of the time, and he supports that entire agenda. The good news is Pennsylvania is not going to elect a San Francisco liberal to the United States Senate. Hundreds and hundreds of Pennsylvanians every day, and most share the optimism I have that we can have a strong recovery. We can have the kind of job growth we need. You know, our factories weren't destroyed. Our farms are still producing. We still have the intellectual infrastructure, the entrepreneurship, and the work ethic. It's all still there. We should have the kind of economic recovery that goes with it, and we will have it. If we unleash that, if we get government out of the way, this is an opportunity. We've got to do that this fall. I want to quote, as I wrap up here, a guy who's always been a hero of mine, Winston Churchill, who said about all of us, he said, you know, you can always count on the Americans to get it right, after they've exhausted every other possible option. So I look at this whole agenda of Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, Harry Reid, and Joe Sestak. This is the process of exhausting the other options. On November 2nd, people of Pennsylvania, and I suspect across America, are going to get it right. And we're going to move away from this march towards a European-style welfare state, and we're going to go back on the road to prosperity, a road of limited government and individual freedom, personal responsibility, a free enterprise system that's created more opportunity and more prosperity than any other system in the world. It's all still there for us. We just got to make it happen. And that means working hard in this election. You don't win elections by accident. It doesn't happen automatically. It happens by hard work every day. We've got to do our part, and I've got to ask you to do all that you can. I know you do a lot. I'm very grateful for what you do for all of our candidates, but I've got to ask you to do everything you can in this final stretch, these last 10 weeks. The other side's got a lot of resources. They're not going to give up and just let Tom Corbett and Mike Kelly and Pat Toomey walk away with these races. They're going to put up quite a fight, and we need everybody engaged. I do want to ask one specific thing, if I could, of each of you, and that is, if you haven't already, please go to my website when you get a chance. Sign up, give us your email address, and we will send you periodic updates from your campaign with information, the latest polling data, articles, some video clips. It's fun and it's informative, but what's really, really valuable is if you take that information and you blast that out to your list, to your family, your friends, co-workers, neighbors. You've got a circle of influence. You've got a group of folks who know you and respect you, and they know you care about our country, care about it, our future, and that you're paying attention. And when you endorse me and Tom Corbett and Mike Kelly, you send our messages out to your network, you're expanding our reach dramatically in a way that we can't. You know, the internet's the most powerful tool ever invented for disseminating information. Let's use it. Let's capture this. Let's work together. Let's win this election and take back our country. Thank you very much.